This video, I'm gonna try and beat the Mauerder Toten Easter Egg, but I'm gonna do it in under 1 hour and on a piano. Yeah, time starts now. To start off the run, I immediately got to round 3 as fast as I could. That way I had enough points to open up to the entirety of the East Berlin streets. I then killed the Tempest for the first charge to power, and then headed to the subway to kill the second Tempest for the second charge. With both charges, I turned on power and then ziplined up to open Pack-a-Punch on round 6 with 50 minutes left. So now that we're here, you're probably wondering about the whole piano situation. Basically, I'm using a program which creates keybinds to the keys on piano. Normally you use this program to help make music, but we're playing Call of Duty on it today. Anyway, by the time 10 minutes had already gone by, I hadn't even started a single Easter egg step, so I got to work. I upgraded Brain Rot on my shotgun, turned a zombie to break down room 305 to grab some hands off this guy, and to access this safe, which would be important for later. I then switched to Deadwire, got stamina up, and from here I was left with 43 minutes after getting to round 10, which is where I got to the first big hurdle of the run. You see, on round 10, a Panzer spawns in, and while killing it on piano wasn't that difficult, what came next is a sequence that could make or break whether I complete this challenge. After picking up the part which the Panzer drops, with the hands from earlier, I could now build Claws, a robot which we need for the Easter egg. He has a 2-minute timer on him before he runs out of battery, so now my goal was to complete 4 Easter egg steps within those 2 minutes. Upgrading Claws is one of these steps, but before he can be upgraded, he needs to get around 50 zombie kills. So one of my steps would be to get those 50 kills within 2 minutes. To begin, I had him kill 30 zombies to end the round. I then sent him to break this nearby locker to give us this blacklight, which completed the first of our 4 Easter egg steps. After that, I had to act fast. I sent him over to break this brick wall, which gives us the second of the 4 Easter egg steps. With a minute left, I then sprinted across the subway to get to this area. Remember that safe we got to earlier? Well, that safe has a 3-number code on it, and the 3 numbers can be found across the map with the blacklight we got from the locker. So while getting the 50 kills, I was also gonna try and get all of the numbers needed to open the safe. I got the first number in the tunnel, headed to the streets, called in Claws to kill the zombies, and then got the second number in the store. I then had to get the rest of the 20 kills within 30 seconds. I got Claws to kill as many zombies as possible, and if I got him to the upgrade station with 50 kills within the next 10 seconds, I would complete all 4 challenges. However, before I got him to the upgrade station with all 50 kills, his 2 minutes were over. This was a pretty big defeat, which would set us back some time, but with all of the codes, I completed 3 of the 4 Easter egg steps, meaning the sub-hour was definitely still possible, so long as I picked up the pace. I ran over to unlock the safe with the code, and inside was the wonder weapon. After killing some zombies with it, a zombie dropped the laser variant, which we would need for an upcoming step. The immediate next step was to get the 3 parts to the Claws hacking helmet. I got the first part in spawn by shooting this tower, the second from shooting the radios in the store, and the third on the subway platform. Then, because Claws broke down this brick wall earlier, I'm now able to laser down this metal wall, which leads to a secret room. Before I enter that room, though, I wanted to finish Claws' upgrade. In order to upgrade him, I had to protect him from tons of zombies for about 1 minute. So I got prepared with some gear, got the rest of the 50 kills, and began his upgrade. This would normally be hard on a piano, but pack-a-punching my wonder weapon made this step pretty easy. Now, with Claws upgraded with only half of our time left, I was finally ready to enter the secret room. Inside is a lab with 3 containers and some Tempest generators. For the next step, at 3 stations around the map, I needed to use the generators to summon and kill Tempest, which would trap their souls into the containers. I would then need to carry these filled containers back to the lab without being able to sprint, and then I'd repeat this step 3 times for each container. Surprisingly, this step wasn't that difficult to beat on a piano, but it did leave me with only 25 minutes left. With that, I was then on to building the warhead. The parts to the warhead could be found on the northbound subway train, which doesn't actually stop for us. However, now that Claws was upgraded, I could use him to stop the train, and so I entered the train for the warhead parts while he was stalling for me. After that, I finally crafted the hacking helmet, and then I used Claws to hack into the computers to begin the last step of the Easter egg before the boss fight. After hacking the computers, I could then use them to call a laser into the map, which would spawn a bunch of boss zombies, including a megaton. I fought all of the boss zombies with little to no issues, and after killing the megaton, each half dropped a reactor. Within the next 5 minutes, I had to complete this step, otherwise my game would end right then and there. In order to not end my game, I picked up each reactor, crafted them into a device, and placed each device on top of the zip lines at the Korber building, which made them crash into each other, giving me a finished reactor to take back to the lab. This left me with around 17 minutes left, but not only would I have to do this step once, but twice, which by the time I was done, left me with 15 minutes to complete one of the hardest zombies bosses of all time, on a piano. So I returned the reactor back to the lab, repapped my wonder weapon, and this is how the boss fight went.
That should have been the first phase. I feel like I'm a bit late. That's fine. Yeah, that was a bit late. Full send. Full send, boys. Full send. Full send! Boys, we beat the boss.
I did it. I managed to beat the hardest boss right before the hour was over. However, unlike other Easter eggs, this one doesn't just end at the boss fight, meaning right before the ending, I failed the challenge.
Come on! Come on! You were here! You were here, boys!